Hello everyone and welcome to All Aboard Resin Creations. I'm Sally and today we're going to be making a Halloween ghost, and we're going to be using material to do this. So I'm just cutting out, I think this material is chiffon, I think from memory, I think that's what it is. So I'm just drawing around a plate as a template so I've got something to follow to cut out. So we're just going to be cutting around this circle. There we go. Chop, chop, chop. I'm going to be cutting on the inside of the line because obviously this is going to leave a mark on the material, so I'm trying to do it. I think this material frays, so it's not going to be like a perfect circle, but that doesn't matter for what we're going to be using it for. So just cutting it round here, so I'll fast forward you through this bit.
Two little girls lighting up the night, floating through the dark with a flicker so bright, gliding over the graveyard in the moon's soft light, casting gentle shadows, such a playful sight.
Right, so that's those two cut out, and as you can see here I've got two layers, two circles. Right, so we're going to set that to side for a minute. Right, so I've got these bauble things. I think they're ones that you can open up and then just fill with whatever you like, really, bits and bobs. But they've got this little hangy bit on it, so I don't want that. So I've got my snips and I'm just going to snip that off. Get rid of that. There it goes, ping across the room. There we go. Didn't leave a sharp edge, so that's fine. So now we want to get something for this to sit in, because I'm going to be using some UV resin on top of this. So I've got something to stand on. I'm just going to pop that over the top, and I do wish I'd stuck that on, because when you see, like, it does wobble around a bit, but hey ho, it's done now, isn't it? So I'm just placing that over the top, and I want this ghost to have some sort of movement to it. I don't want it to be like solid, like I've seen like a few on YouTube where they've made like what you'd make a bowl sort of thing and then made quite solid, but I want mine to have a bit of movement in it. So, and I did, as you see there, put two bits of material, and then I thought, well, I don't know if the UV resin is going to go through that, so I've taken one off. So we're just going to use one for the time being. So I've got my UV resin, and I want this to actually stick to that plastic half bauble thing that I put on the top. So I'm just going to spread this round the top of the bauble, on the top of the ghost, and give it a good layer. So we're getting a good amount on there, because I want to, like, well, I will be putting gloves on in a sec, and then we're going to squish it over the top and squish it into the material and squish it onto the, that's a technical term by the way, squish it onto the plastic half shell that we've got. Come on, girl. I'm sure that's enough now. That's plenty. No, we're still going. Still going. Still putting on more. Right, oh well, that's good. That's enough. We got enough on there now. I'm just faffing around a bit here. Just giving it a bit of a moving around. And I don't mind that it's dripped down the sides, because like I say, I don't want it to be like complete. Oh no, where we going? We're going to be putting more on. I forgot I put so much on in the beginning. So we're going to be putting more on by the looks of it. I think I did want it to drip down, but then I don't think it made any difference in the end. So, but yeah, we're putting more on. Yep, still going. Right, is that enough? You got enough on there, do you think? Right, got my gloves on now, and we're just spreading it out. See how I mean? Like, it's wobbling. So if you do try this, like, stick it down somehow, if it's with a bit of modelling clay or something, or whatever you want to use. But yeah, stick it to your pot so it doesn't move around and wobble. So I'm just spreading it over there. getting it all down the sides. So I only want the top half to be solid, and then I want the bottom half to still have the movement in the material. So I want this ghost to be hanging, and the idea is that I'm going to put some lights inside it. So I do want it to have that solid top, but it can still flap about in the wind in the bottom bit. So I'll fast forward you through this bit because I seem to be faffing around a lot here, so I'll put you on a fast forward.
Ghosts shining bright in the midnight air, dancing in the shadows without a single care. Through the mist they glide with flair.
Right, so that's all the faffing done, and now we're going to cure that top layer of UV resin with a UV torch. We'll use a big lamp later, but we're just going to give it a quick blast just to set it in place to start with. Just pushing any resin down that's on there. Giving it a good old whack with the torch. Still flapping around there with my fingers. Leave it alone, girl. What are you doing?
Mischievous ghost with a heart so light, playing hide and seek out of sight. Peekaboo in the autumn night, a glowing charm that's pure delight. In the quiet town where pumpkins gleam, little ghost joins the Halloween dream, drifting like a phantom beam, living in a world of eerie cream.
Right, I'm going to put a second layer of UV resin on the top now, because I've got these 2 circles of chiffon material. So I'm just going to add some more UV resin. Oh, that's good, not as much as the last time. And then we're going to double up with another piece of chiffon over the top. And then we're going to do the same thing all over again. So I'll give you a quick fast forward through this bit because you've seen me do it once already. And I won't put you through all that faffing again.
Ghosts shining bright in the midnight air, dancing in the shadows without a single care. Through the mist they glide with flair, you little ghost everywhere.
Right, that's the second layer done. So we're just giving that layer another go with the UV torch just to set that in place on top of the other one. Get that nice and cured on top of that plastic shell. So then after doing it with this, then we're going to get the Let's Resin big lamp out, and then we're going to give it another 2 to 3 minutes with the big torch. So I think the big torch is coming in any minute now. Yep, here it comes, big flying saucer. So we're going to give that 3 minutes. So I'll let it do that and then I'll be back. Right, that's all nicely cured now. So as you can see, like, you can still have the movement of the material in the bottom, but nice and solid on the top. So the next thing, because I want this to hang, I've got one of these tassely things, so I'm going to be using that. So I need to snip off the tassel bit because I don't want that. I just want the actual top bit, so I can stick that onto the top of the ghost's head and use that for a hanger. So I'm just prizing out all the little bits, cutting all the little bits away, giving that a good, trying to get it out in one go, but not succeeding. Giving it a good twist, giving it a pull. Come on, girl, get it out, you can do it. Nearly there, I think. Oh, there it goes. Yep, that's all out. So now we're going to be using a little drop of UV resin. I'm going to stick this hanging bit that we've made on top of our little ghost. So I'll just grab my J Diction UV resin, pop a little blob on the top there. I'm going to pop this little homemade hanger on there. That's it. Give that a quick zap with the UV torch and cure that nicely on the top, and then we've got a nice little hanging point. So we're also gonna, in a minute, I'm sure I do it from underneath as well. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna give it a cure from underneath as well. And because this is just clear plastic, it should go through both layers. So doing that top and bottom, giving that a good cure. There we go. That's on there. So what's next is we're going to be sorting out some lights now to go inside our little ghost. So I've got these battery operated lights. They're the ones that are on a wire, the little LEDs on a wire. And I've just put a little bit of, you know, those bits that you get around the kitchen, the little wiry bit, just to keep it all connected at the top. And I've just sprayed it out like a sort of octopus with all little legs poking out. And now I'm just going to use a bit of double-sided Velcro, and we're going to be, if I can get the sticky off with my gloves on, oh, that's one bit. Right, we're going to stick that onto the opposite side of the light, so you can still access the screws to the light. So if you want to change the batteries, you can still do that. I'm just trying to get this sticky bit off the back. I'm having a bit of trouble with my gloves on. Do I take my gloves off? No, I'm going to get some snips. There we go. Off we come. And then we're going to place that onto the plastic bit. I'm just deciding which I want to be the front and which I want to be the back. And I'm going to stick the lights to the back. I'm pushing that down onto the plastic. And then the little tentacle bits that I've made with the lights, because you can put them in like sort of directions that you want being wired, you just sort them out how you want them. So I'm just going to put a little drop of UV resin into the base of the shell, and then I'm going to set the lights, just the tip of that, so I can still move around the little prongy bits of the lights. Need a third hand here. And then I'm just going to set those lights in so they stay in place. Giving it a good zap with the UV torch. Get that cured in nicely.
Two little girls lighting up the night, floating through the dark with a flicker so bright, gliding over the graveyard in the moon's soft light, casting gentle shadows, such a playful sight.
Right, that's all cured now, so those lights are not going to go anywhere. Let's get my gloves off, and then we can fiddle around with these lights a bit and spread them around the ghost, just so they sit in the sort of folds of the material. So we're just having a little faff here. I think I've got them a bit tangled, but that's all right. And then if any of them are a bit longer than what you've made the little legs to be, then you can just bend them in place, put them in the shape that you want to. These lights that are on wires are brilliant. So that's those all in place nicely. There we go, turn it on, see what she looks like. There. Lovely. So, oh, that one's a bit long. Let's bend him over. So tuck him in there. Tuck that one in. Tuck that one in. And we're going to tuck that one in. There. Are you happy now? Happy with that? There we go. Right. So, what we need now for our ghost We need a face, don't we? We need some eyes. That's it, put the lid on the bottle. There we go. So we do need some eyes. So I've got from Amazon these stick-on eyes. I can't remember how many sheets you get in a pack. You get quite a few sheets, but all the sheets are the same. So I can't remember how many. I'll have a look, but these are on Amazon. If I can link it, I will. So just having a little decide here. Which eyes? Do we have a mouth? Do we not have a mouth? Which eyes do we want? Come on, pick a set. Right, oh, there we go. We've picked this one. So we've picked this set of eyes. Just peel them off. And then we decide where we want them to go. See where I've made the battery at the back. So that's going to go to the back. So we're going to put them eyes on the front. Yes, I'm going to put them right there. That's it. Stick them down. You could always give a layer of UV resin. Oh no, you're not happy with that there, no? No, we're going to take it off. Oh, there you go. OCD, got to line it up. That's better. That's better. Right, so yeah, so you could put a blob of UV resin over that to set them in, but did I bother? No, I didn't. Right, so shall we have a mouth? What mouth shall we have? Let's have a look. What mouth goes with those eyes? Oh, more faffing. Decisions. So many to choose from. You do get actually loads to choose from on these sheets. There's so many different styles of eyes and mouths, and some smiley, some angry, some like they're laughing. Loads. So, oh, we're going to go for that one. That one. Is that a big smiley face? Yeah, a big smiley face. So we're going to put that on. So I put it on with a little jaunty angle, and I thought, no, that don't look very good. So I took him off and stuck him on that way. There. That's a cute little ghost, isn't he? What do you think? Do you like him? Shall we see what he looks like lit up? Are you going to light him up for us? Go on. Stop faffing around with it. Oh, he is lit up. Didn't notice. I should have turned the lights off. I think I will turn the lights off, but if you stay tuned to the end and have a look at the little ghosty photo shoot at the end, and then you'll see him all lit up. But we're just going to put a bit of black ribbon on him to hang him by. I thought I'd use black because then in the dark you probably wouldn't see the black ribbon so much. It would just look like he was floating in midair, flying around the room, happy as Larry. So shall we call him Larry? Yeah, this is Larry the ghost. So there he is. Let's get a knot tied in there. Decide how long you want it. How long are we going to have it? We're going to have it this long. So just going to put a little knot in there. Right. I'm going to try that again. That's it. Get them the same level. Let's get a knot in there. And I think I did 2 knots because the first knot I did had a funny little loop appear in it, and I couldn't for the life of me pull that little loop out. No matter how much I tugged on each end, it still wouldn't budge. So we're just going to ignore that, and yeah, having a good try, but no, we're just gonna put another little loop in. Forget that one ever happened, and we'll just put another one in there, and then chop that other bit off like it never existed. So that's all done. We've got somewhere to hang him by now. So thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope you like my little hanging ghost and a slightly different way of doing it to the usual way. So if you like my video, I'd appreciate it if you could, you know, do the usual, like, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, but you will help me out a lot by doing so. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the photos.
Two little girls lighting up the night, floating through the dark with a flicker so bright, gliding over the graveyard in the moon's soft light, casting gentle shadows, such a playful sight. Baby ghost floating with a twinkle in his eye, waving hello as the bouts swoop by. Rainbow glow lighting up the sky, whispering secrets with the stars up high.